Hello, it's Carla here from Sea Law Plans, and I am going to be doing something a little bit new again. So I have been thinking about all of my planners, and I know that I love these two planners. This is my Hobonichi Cousin that I'm using for memory planning and journaling, and this is my Hobonichi Weeks, which I'm using for basically my main planner and my on-the-go planner. So this is this week that we are in right now. Right now is Sunday. And I've just noticed over the past several weeks that I write so much down. I actually really love the way this planner looks because it's so full, and it's even very simple tasks like my laundry, which laundry I need to do that day. I have found out that I just really like writing things down. And so this particular week, I felt very crammed. We had a lot of stuff to do with our yard. I had to pick up a lot of stuff. I had to mow in 2 separate days, 3 separate yards that we have. And so it was just a lot. It was so much that I even actually brought out my ring system again to try my ring system to see if I needed just more space. And I decided, I think what I really wanted to try was a daily. I've been in daily planners before, and most of my daily planners was too much space. I know this sounds extremely confusing. A lot of the daily planners that I've used in the past were A5 size, which is the size right here of my cousin. And I used this as a daily planner for quite a while. When I first got it, if I can find it here. So I went back and forth with this as my daily, with just making it a to-do list and then journaling a recap for the day. A lot of the journaling got pretty personal, and the timeline I had here was over redundant with the timeline that I had in the weekly. And so I still really like this as my daily recap and my journal, and I'll absolutely keep using this for those things. But I'm gonna be trying this. So this I actually just got on Amazon, and I got it in yesterday, and this is the A6 Hobonichi, and this is the English version. It is a calendar year. And so it does start with January and goes all the way through December for the dailies. The monthlies actually go all the way through March of 2022. And so I went through last night and I just back planned everything. I wanted to try a new pen as well, and I'll show you that also. But I wrote everything in here from my monthlies, from my weeks, and I haven't back planned all of my days. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that. That's 3 months of days. So we haven't decided that yet. But I did back plan this past week. And so this is what I'm looking at right now. And this is Monday, April 5th. And it's 1 day per page. And I will show you the timeline they have. So I'll show you a clean page. My kids are downstairs with my husband. So a clean page kind of has a timeline. It has a 12 o'clock. And so you can write in your own hours, or you can leave it blank. I decided to try to actually write in my own hours because, like you guys know, I'm obsessed with time blocking. When I do that, however, I can have an hour and a half hour, but it's only basically a 12-hour day, which I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see, because there's enough space on this side where I can write my evening activities down here with my self-education, my self-care, my plans for the next day, stuff like that. So I just wanna show you what I did with this week. All right, let's see if I can do a side-by-side comparison here. So this is this week here, Monday, April 5th. I have all of my schedule here. I transferred it here. I have all of my to-dos here. I transferred it here, but I still have this to deal with. I think what I'm gonna do on each Monday is I am going to put my entire week task list in here with a little bookmark, and I'm going to go back and forth. It's gonna be some flipping, but I'm just gonna try it. And just refer to that main task list and divvy all of those tasks out throughout the week. And so I think I'm gonna do that for the week that I'm gonna plan right now. And then your Tuesday that I have, this is my Tuesday here, my hourly timeline, which is my schedule here, and then my to-do list, which is here. And so you can kind of see on this one, I had to kind of cram some of my to-dos over here on the side, which is fine, but this is just aesthetically a lot more appealing. And then on this side of my Hobonichi Weeks, I just have like little memories in order to jog my memory to do my memory planning. And so we'll just go ahead and do a quick flip through of the rest of the week that I've kind of created. And so Wednesday, schedule and to-dos, Thursday, schedule and to-dos. And this was the day where I was like, oh my gosh, my planner is just a mess. And so I tried my rings. I don't know. I don't think that I'm gonna be able to stay in my rings. It's an A5 and it's a little bit bigger than what I'm personally wanting right now. So we'll keep trying them. And then the 9th, Friday, my list here, my to-dos here. And then I just put like little asterisks here I forgot to put over here. My husband took the day off, and so he took my son and run some errands, so that way I was only home with my daughter doing school stuff, which was just a lot less stress off of my plate. And then this is Saturday. So this was yesterday because I'm filming Sunday. And so this was yesterday, and then we did all of our to-dos here. And so I'm gonna really try this because I'm not sure how much I'm gonna love it, because I honestly really do love my weeks. I love my weeks because there's a week on one page. I have all of my main task list. I have my menu for the entire week here, and there's not a lot of flipping. But I've been a daily planner in the past, and I just feel like I want to try something that has a little bit more room so I can kind of spread out a little bit. So we're gonna try. We're just, you know what? We're gonna roll with it. We're gonna try it. So this is today here. My family and I woke up extremely early, so it's not even 7 o'clock yet. And so I'm going to jot down the things that I want to do today, and then I'm going to plan this next week here, which would be this week here. One thing I wanted to say was the pen that I was going to be using. I've had these pens for a very, very long time, and I actually really, really like them. I use them in my MakseLife, and I used to use them in my Passion Planner as well. They're archival ink, and so they won't fade over time. I have no idea if I'm actually going to keep this A6 daily planner or not, but I tried it here in my months when I back planned and set up all of my months, and actually I really like it. It's a really dark, bold line without being too dark, and it is a little bit wet when you first write on the page. It's not to the point where it's extremely smeary. You have to wait like maybe 10 seconds before you can turn the page or do something else. But I really like the lines that it makes, and you can still see there is still some shadow through, which, as everybody knows that uses the Tomo River paper, it's gonna happen. And the shadow through with a planner like this does not personally bother me. So I'm gonna be trying to use this. This is the 01 size. But I've had these forever, and I really like them. So this is a side-by-side comparison of the ink from the Micron in the A6 versus the ink of the Jetstream in the Weeks. You might not be able to see a big difference on camera, but this one is much more bold, whereas the Jetstream is just slightly lighter. So I am going to go ahead and start my planning here with my new A6 Hobonichi, and I will probably throw on some music and speed this up as I go through it. All right, so here is my week. I've got my Monday. I'm gonna use this kind of as my main landing page, all of the this week stuff, and then the menu. I put just a little Avery repositionable tab on here. And then we've got my Tuesday here. And then this is Wednesday. I decided to put habits down at the bottom. Thursday, I just brought in some sticky notes. The timeline doesn't go very late, and I wanted to make sure that I've got a phone date with a friend, things that we need to buy. Friday is here. And then Saturday. Weekends are really interesting at our house because we don't really actually schedule anything. We just have like a long to-do list. We're getting a patio put in a couple of weeks, so we've got to move all of the rock. And again, I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget an appointment. And then Sunday is usually my rest and reset day, so I put all of my plan and prep stuff up there, and I've still got my habits down here as well. So you can just see in comparison with the weeks how much more room I have. I'm gonna try this for a week. I'm gonna commit to it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna miss this because it is extremely convenient to have kind of the week on one page with everything over here as well. It's definitely a lot less flipping, but we're just gonna see. We're gonna just kind of play around and see how it goes. I will obviously keep you guys updated as well. And then I'm going to basically take all of the information that I put in here, just pen and paper type, and then I will convert it to my memory keeper in my Hobonichi Cousin. And then I've got all of my journal pages down here. I also do this every night, just again, because everything is kind of fresh. I've had a really wonky week, so there hasn't been a lot of journaling in here this week, but that is fine. So we are gonna try this, and we're going to commit to this for at least this entire week, and we're just gonna use this one planner. I am going to sit down now with my MakseLife, and I am going to do some reflections, and I'm going to do my weekly actions for this week. And then I will add all of those items and those habits to my habit tracker down here. These are just the things that I do every single day. And I just want to make sure that I remember to do them every single day because sometimes my days can be a little bit wonky. In my MakseLife, I also go through and I schedule out all of my cleaning tasks for the week. You'll see in here that I did add quite a few of those already. Wednesday is my big kitchen day because we have trash day on Thursday. And so I just want to make sure that I get all of the stuff in the fridge cleaned out. Quite a bit of the chores and stuff is already in here. I do laundry every single day, and then I'll just kind of have to reevaluate on a daily basis which laundry I do, whether it's ours, the kids, towels, bedding, dog laundry. I mean, it's literally every day. And then I do vacuum every day, so I don't even write that down, but I do my hardwoods at least 2 to 3 times a week. And so I've got that written in here already. And so I will go ahead and sit down with my MakseLife next. And then any of those additional tasks I will go ahead and put into here. And so just as what it looks like here. So I kept this tab here because it is going to be my main landing page, like I said. And so I will move this strip to each day, but on the days that I'm planning, if I need to come back and figure out what we were doing this week or the menu for that day, I can have that tab here as well. My Hobonichi Weeks, I did get these Midori tabs. It came in a pack of 8. And so I've got tabs everywhere in my weeks. Another thing too that I'm not 100% sure on if I'm gonna be able to use this as my main planner is because of the notes pages. So in here, you only have, I don't know, I'd say workable, like maybe 10 to 12 notes pages. But in the weeks, you have, I think that there's 70 note pages in here. And you can see that I like to write a lot. So I've got like lists upon lists and notes upon notes and trackers and just so much stuff back here already. And so we'll see. We will see how this works out. But for now, I'm feeling pretty good. I've got a little bit more space to kind of spread out my day, and it just doesn't look quite so jumbled. A lot of times if I get into a planner and I feel like it just looks too busy, I get really stressed out with that, and I just kind of like set it aside and put it away. And this is on the verge of that right now, and I don't really want to quit my planning because it keeps me sane. And so that's the reason that I brought this in. I just wanted to see if I can spread things out a little bit more. But the flip side of me really loves a very busy planner and a very filled in planner, because it means that I've been productive, I've been making memories, I've been staying on top of my home maintenance, I've been staying on top of my kids' stuff. And so it does feel good to have a very full planner, but the way I use it and my handwriting, it can get very messy very quick. So in comes the Hobonichi A6. Okay, so that was a really long spiel of why I decided to bring this in, and I hope that it works out, and I hope that it kind of helps me feel a little bit more put together. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to comment down below. And find me over on Instagram if you wanted to send me a DM also. By the way, totally love the way this works in the Hobonichi paper on this Tomoe River paper. You can see I didn't have any smearing. I did wait maybe 10 seconds or so before I flipped a page. And if you're really impatient, you can always blow on the ink as well, but I didn't have any smearing, which was really nice. So again, find me on Instagram and send me a DM if you have any questions. I know I've been changing things up quite a bit, but for me, it's fun, and I get to play in a bunch of different planners, and I love to write things down, so it works for me. I will go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you can turn on notifications. I know I haven't been posting on YouTube very often, but I am hoping to get a bunch of regular content out there. I am going to be very busy with YouTube for the next month, and so if you want to see everything that I'm coming out with, make sure you turn those notifications on, and that way you will get a pop-up on your phone every time I upload a video. So again, thank you for hanging out with me today, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.